The most used social media platforms in Poland would definitely be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. This is those are the platforms that will have around 15 to 20 million of users in Poland. And they are definitely leading when it comes to the reach in Poland. What is interesting is that the video-driven platforms such as TikTok, they have the highest average time spent on the platform. So even if they don't have as many users as other platforms, the average user will spend many hours per month, up to 25 hours per month, which is one full day, as user of this specific platform. But this is not all. Twitter is very popular in Poland. It's a platform that declares around 8 million users in Poland, which is quite a lot. Not all of the countries have such a strong presence of ex-Twitter in the country. And also, we can't skip the fact that more and more people are using the chat applications as social media platforms. This would be Telegram, this would be Signal, so those closed groups. And at the same time, we are seeing a big rise in use of the AI chatbots and AI-mediated tools. They are not social media networks, but they are really impacting the information space in Poland. The weight of public communication is definitely moving online. Of course, the mainstream media are still quite popular, but there is a constant drop in use of the traditional media that's combined with the rise of the alternative media or social media, internet-mediated platforms. And this is also visible throughout the elections. In our presidential elections in 2025, we had examples of candidates who were social media personalities, and they were able to drive the conversation on many issues and to host events such as the most watched globally live stream with participation of 2 candidates in the final round of the election. So those new types of political communication is something we're witnessing very heavily here in Poland. And this is not only the candidates themselves, but it's the broader political spectrum. So we are able to confirm that, monthly there's around 60 to 80,000 posts by political actors in Poland being published, and I'm talking about MPs, MEPs, senators. So this is quite a mass of content. At the same time, we are seeing a rise of smaller media platforms, podcasts, YouTube channels, Spotify, podcasts too. And this space is growing when it comes to having the political sway in the country. It's something that is becoming more and more controversial, how to communicate actively as a government when you don't have the ownership of the platform that you're using to communicate. Yes, the government is using Twitter, is using official websites to communicate, is creating lots of advertising campaigns that will be using those new type of media. But at the same time, there are more and more conversations on whether this is a reliable way of sharing information like this. If you're a citizen and you can't have access to public communication because you're not a user of specific social media platform, is this full and proper access to information? If there is a crisis situation and the information is shared on a platform that is algorithmically mediated, is it an effective way of communicating, or should the government have some owned channels of communication with the citizen? I think the politicians are definitely embracing the social media very heavily, and we will be seeing lots of clipping tactics or showing short videos from the parliamentary speeches in European Parliament and the Polish Parliament that are very popular online and are gaining popularity in this way. The civil society is also using the social media. In Poland, over the last decade, we had big social movements that were mediated mostly online. I'm talking about big protests around reproductive rights, and they definitely used the online organizing for bringing people out in the streets. So I would say that the public discourse is very heavily driven by use of online tools. At the same time, we are seeing a bit of a muddy picture because there is so much of artificial coordinated behaviors online that it doesn't always give us a clear view whether whether what you're seeing online from anonymous accounts is this viable political opinion by a citizen, or is it something that was a coordinated effort, or might be a bot network, might be some other way of automated amplification. This is relevant, like compared to other countries of the European Union, Poland is quite ahead when it comes to both fighting FIMI but also experiencing FIMI. When it comes to experiencing it, I would say that we like over the last few years, we witnessed it quite a lot, that lots of extremist ideas are being floated in low value sources online, and then they are slowly moving to the mainstream of political debate. We are also seeing some voices being artificially amplified. We are also seeing that the most engaging issues online, and we have data for this, it will be anti-EU, climate misinformation, anti-LGBTQ, anti-refugee narratives. And this is something that honestly I don't believe is reflected in society in day-to-day conversations, but this would be the reality when you look online. The FIMI attempts are even stronger when there is a crisis situation happening. So whether this is elections, but also situations with drones breaching the airspace over Poland. This is where we are seeing peaks of this type of coordinated attempts at disinformation. The social media platforms and the AI chatbot platforms, we are seeing a bit of their activity when it comes to managing this. If you look, for example, at TikTok's website, you will see their monthly reports on how they manage the global threats like this. And you will see examples of thousands and even millions of likes or coordinated accounts being taken down by the platform itself. If you have a look at the threat reports by the LLMs, the AI chatbot platforms, you will also see attempts of authoritarian countries using this platform to generate and automatically upload pictures, videos, memes. But this is still a drop in the ocean. Like TikTok is doing a lot and they are talking about this, but at the same time, they are being investigated by European Commission around the Romanian election fiasco. So definitely there are lots of actions being taken both by the states and by the social media platforms and by the users. This is the landscape that we're seeing in Poland.